Hello everybody, welcome to a project that is not Doom. And yeah, you see the title already, so you know what it is. Now, I have to explain first why I use the Japanese version, because there are multiple reasons. The first one is I'm used to the voice acting from the Japanese version, so yeah. But if you're used to the voice acting from the English version, you'll feel a little bit weird, because Mega Man sounds like a girl, because he's actually voiced by a girl. So it's kind of a cultural thing, I think, for like teenagers. Is like in Japanese voice acting, it's actually really common to get a voice actress instead of voice actor. So yeah, that's one thing. And the other thing is, you can see below Rockman 11, there are like 5 characters. That means Gears of Fate. For every Mega Man title after Mega Man 2, including 2, there is a secondary title for every single one of them. But I don't know why English versions took them all out. So I don't understand that. Not to say like all the titles are very normal. It's not something that can cause trouble. So yeah. Now, after this, I'm going to talk about like the gameplay. First, the game introduced a double gear system, which is a slowdown timer, and it is a power shot or something like that. But I'm not going to use that because I feel the game plays more fluently without that, and probably I'm too bad to take care of so many things in the same time, so I decided not to use it. And yeah, that is one of the main criticisms received from a lot of Mega Man veterans, because they think the gear system will make the game really lame. But I don't think so. But I just personally don't like to use it, so I'm not going to use it. And also, I'm not going to use any weapon from the Robot Masters, and I'm not going to use any items like E-Tanks, M-Tank, W-Tank, those kind of things. I'll use none of those, so I basically will only use my Buster. And I'm not going to use Charge for most of the time, but at some of the places, I'll explain why I use Charge Shots. But basically, you'll only see the normal lemons from the Mega Buster. Okay, so besides this, and there's one more thing, is like this is probably not going to be a deathless playthrough, because some of the levels are actually pretty hard if you follow this restriction. And yeah, but I cannot tolerate I die too much or I die to dumb things, so I probably redo the recording if I die to dumb things and die too much. So yeah. So it still has a chance to be deathless runs. Okay, that's about it. And the background story is like Dr. Wily invented a double gear system which contains speed gear and power gear, and try to take over the world again. And you know all about that. So I'll skip all the cutscenes and whatnot. Okay, so let's do a new game. So even the difficulty names are changed. I'm going to play on original spec, which is normal in English version. And this one, expert, I think in English version it's called superhero. I think that is actually better than expert. I think it's not called newcomer, it's called like easy or whatever. I cannot tell. But I think newcomer is actually better than the English counterpart, but I cannot remember what it is. Okay. So here they ask whether you want a tutorial for the double gear system, because I'm not going to use it, so I'm going to say no. And also, when you're low on health, there's a double gear system. The double gear system allow you to use both gear at the same time for, it's kind of like desperate attack. I'm not going to use that either, so I'm going to say no. Then, if you actually play the game, you'll see like 2 Robot Masters are named differently for some reason. The one on the right is called Rubberman in Japanese, and it's called Bounce Man in English. And the one down below is called Pile Man in Japanese, and it's called Impact Man in English for some reason. I don't know. I don't think rubber and pyro can cause any kind of trouble, so I don't understand why they change it. So yeah, I also think like bounce doesn't make too much sense. It's because it's a verb and everything else is a noun. So yeah, maybe I'm just bad at English, I guess. So I'm going to start with Blockman, a relatively easier one, because I don't want to do all those talking again. But I actually did it because I died to dumb things the first time, so I said all those things again. And also, sorry for not knowing the names of the enemies because I'm too lazy to research that, and I'm too lazy to remember those. Now these ring enemies, which is kind of annoying because you have to shoot through the openings, so you need to time your shot. And also be careful about these enemies. It's kind of difficult to see, but when you know that, it's not that hard. And also I'm going to play on my keyboard because I suck at using joysticks. So yeah, you probably hear a bunch of like mashing sounds. So time it, yeah, something like that. It's actually easier to time it when you are close to it. Okay, first mid boss. The mid boss is like the first time and the third time, the head will actually land on you, and the second time and the fourth time is like fixed position. But usually you can kill it like here, but I failed to do it because I'm bad. So yeah, you need to dodge the first time and the third time and take some life. You can actually dodge this one. Nope. I don't want to kill that because you can actually get some health by not doing that. These gray blocks you can destroy it, but those turquoise blocks you cannot. Now here is a kind of a puzzle thing. I'm too slow. So if you are quick enough, you can only deal with only one of those. And also when the shredder landed, it will stun you. So try to jump when the shredder lands. Also, one questionable thing about this game design is like they like to do vertical scoring screen, which doesn't really work with Mega Man. So yeah, that's one bad thing I don't like about this game. And also, you have to be careful because when you hit by something, you may be carried away by the conveyor belts, so it can cause a lot of trouble. I actually don't know that ring enemy can interact with the falling blocks until like last time I failed. So yeah. Now this mid boss again, but this time we have conveyor belts, so it's a little bit more annoying. Try to kill it before the third time. Yep. Okay, nice. Okay, I didn't get the life, but it doesn't really matter. Now here, what I do is actually get hit by this thing and just get through that enemy because it's a pain to take aim at the correct spot. So yeah. Now here, this again. So I like to do it a little bit quicker, so I don't need to deal with the second one. And this one is a little bit more complicated. You need to slide. Here you can use the speed gear to get the E-Tank, but I'm not going to use it, so whatever. Now this part is this screen is actually the hardest screen of the whole level. You need to do that in a quick succession. Stand on this block, stand on this block, and just I failed. And those flying enemies will in a weird spot to stop you, so that's why I want to do it quick. But Oh, I got hit so many times. Careful. Yeah, that's actually really annoying if you fail to do it the first time. But at least I didn't die this. Careful, take care of that. I hope I'm not going to die at the boss. Although the boss is not that hard in my opinion. Even though the boss and this one is actually really hard to get. So yeah. The boss is actually one of the 2 bosses in the trailer. So the design is really good in my opinion. But it's not that hard. So the boss will use the gear system in the middle of the fight. For example, this one will use a power gear and have a second life bar. And then the first half is really easy. Because if you drop blocks on top of you, so you just walk a little bit, then you can easily dodge it. And I think when you are really close to him, he'll probably just walk to you. But I think most of the time it's just jump. Okay, he will use a power gear. You just slide to the left, and you can force him to facing the left, so you have extra time to deal with it. So he has 3 attacks. So this one is smash. Just walk to the side, and you're fine. And the second one is punch. You have to get close to him. And the third one is throwing blocks at you. It's the same because it just targets at you, so you can just walk and stay safe. That's basically about it. Okay. Then it's the third phase. The third phase is kind of dumb. It's just like, just do this the whole day, and you'll eventually kill him. Also, obviously, he's also voiced by a girl. Okay, no damage for the boss, huh? Nice. I guess good start. I did practice all these bosses with Buster only and took no damage, so I basically understand how all the bosses work, but the stage itself is actually kind of difficult for me. So we'll get a block dropper. Obviously, not going to use it. Now, this is the first video, so I hope you enjoyed this because it's kind of a change from me, because I'm usually doing like Wolfenstein 3D thing and Doom things. But yeah, I also play like action games. So, wait, what? Oh, sub menu, not options. Not really, data slot. Okay, it's a thing to save, huh? So yeah. I'm going to call it here. I'll thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.